Thank you. Welcome back again to another edition of Crazy Truth. Love to have you. Glad to have you. Hey, we are super excited for show number 5. We're going to answer your questions here today and talk about all the cool things that are going on in the world, what you want to talk about, sex, drugs, rock and roll, the whole 9 yards. You know how it goes, kids. Hey, but first and foremost, want to follow up from last week. We had some awesome feedback. We had a whole bunch of folks contact us after the show, and they kept, because we were talking a lot about drinking and how much drinking to do and how much not drinking to do and all that fun stuff. If you're going to go to a swinger event, and the overall theme we kept constantly hearing was the same thing: nobody likes a slobby drunk at a swinger party. Nobody likes that at all. So remember that. Keep your drinking within control. A good buzz is fun. A good buzz is great. Puking on the host floor, yeah, not so much. Not so much. Yeah. No, just say no. Hey, that's Miss Amanda, everybody. I'm your host with the most. Cole. Totally forgot to say hi. And lovely Miss Amanda. Say hi, Miss Amanda.
Hello.
Hello. All right, so as we always begin, you can't make this kind of stuff up. Looking, searching the web, finding the crazy sex things that are happening in the world in the news today. So this last week, a flight from Belfast to Ibiza had to make an emergency landing in France. This was a 7 a.m. That's a key point here. A 7 a.m. flight had to make an emergency landing filled with families, children, and business people. Oh, yeah, and one stag party that was still going strong. That's right. The stag party was still going strong on the plane. They had one member of the stag party got into an argument with the cabin crew because he did not like the fact that you were not able to stand up and pee in the aisle. You could not stand up and pee in the aisle. And they did not like the fact that they made them put the blow-up doll away, that was not appropriate with children on the plane. One of the other passengers tweeted, thanks, guys. Nothing like my kids seeing a blow-up doll at 7 a.m. So it ended up ironically enough, only one member of the party got arrested. And that person's already vowed to sue the airline, saying they overreacted, saying it was not that big a deal. They're making a mountain out of a molehill. So there you go. If they win the lawsuit, we'll keep you up to date on this one. If you can piss on a plane, and that's the airline is wrong for getting upset about that, I am totally going to become.
Is that the one that was arrested?
That was the one that was arrested. Yep, that was the one that was arrested. The plane got landed in France. All the people had to find different transportation. Oh yeah.
But wouldn't that be indecent exposure?
Well, if you had your back to the stewardess, probably not. Maybe he had a small penis.
Passengers.
Maybe he had a small penis and no one saw it for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe he was doing the blow-up doll and peed in the blow-up doll.
Have you done anything odd or
on a plane?
Like that? At a stag party?
What happens at stag parties stay at stag parties. No, I've never done anything like that. I have done nothing but behaved. I have contributed my dollar bills appropriately to the stripper. I have drank an acceptable amount of alcohol and stayed dressed.
Pictures of you with a blow-up doll?
No.
Yes.
Okay, on a party bus. You didn't say a party bus. Yes. Okay, so there might have been
a picture of you with a blow-up doll.
Hey, the problem is this: is that I can't help that we were transported from bar to racetrack. That's right, to the go-kart racetrack where none of us should have been driving race cars. None of us should have been in go-karts that can go 50 miles an hour. That was just not a good idea. And then on to a strip club. So what happened on the bus, the blow-up doll, I was holding her for somebody else on the bus while they were getting a cocktail. The fact that she was stuck out the window at passing cars, I have absolutely no idea on that at all. Rumor has it I drank a whole bottle of a rum on that little journey.
I have no idea, but you were really drunk when you got back.
If I recall, when you got back from the stag party for the bride, I do recall that you were a little drunk too. In fact, shall we relive how that night ended? See, this is a dangerous game we're going to go into. You know, if we want to play this game, let's see, what did Cole do at the end of his stag party? Got really, really drunk, right? Got loaded into the car, went home, and passed out. That sound about right, Miss Amanda? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. I tried to dance. I was trying to dance. I wanted to sing with the band. I wanted to sing with the band. That did get crazy. Now let's relive what happened at the end of yours, shall we? Got back, super, super drunk.
And I only got off the bus at one bar.
Yeah. You were so drunk. You thought you'd already been to 3 bars and you'd been to 1. Got off super, super drunk. And I believe, pretty sure that night ended up with, there was a blowjob given, not to me, a blowjob given in the bathroom of said establishment and on the couch out in the open. And then I think we got home about 5:30 in the morning. I do believe I have video that we could post. Should we post a video?
Can't post it. What it is Amanda can't drink because she ends up giving more time.
What it is everybody should know to buy Miss Amanda shots. So there you go. So yeah, we can talk about those pictures with the stag. I'm being told I'm getting too close. It's like I'm making out with a microphone. Oh, I was trying to demonstrate. It is what it is. All right. Anyway, so there you go. So if the stag party wins, I'm going to become a frequent flyer, and just so you know, I will try to pee on every single airplane I can. If the guy wins his lawsuit, you can see it in the airline. It's going to be like a full-time job.
You shouldn't.
No, you should never pee at 7 a.m. on an airline with kids and stuff.
Not in the aisle.
No.
They use a lavatory.
Pee your pants for crying out loud. There you go. You can't even make this stuff up. This is why I love what we do. This is awesome. Looking this stuff up.
So are airport bars open that early?
Yeah, I would imagine. People have animosity about flying. Plus, it was in Europe, so the rules are different over there.
True.
So yeah, I have a feeling that it wasn't so much at the bar. I have a feeling that probably the Uber to the taxi, and I want to go to that type of party. That must have been a hell of a party. That must have been a really good stag party. I don't know. I want to know who was the one who, if they ran the blow-up girl through the X-ray machine, or they blew her up on the plane, or how did that happen?
They blew it up on the plane.
I don't know. Can you imagine being the parent? Remember when the kids were little? That'd been awesome. Mommy, what's that? Boobs. That's what it is. Don't look.
Very true. Very, very
God. All right. So we've got a bunch of questions, so we're gonna jump right to questions, shall we? We're off to. We didn't get drinks again. Why did we not start our show with drinks, cocktails?
Yeah, I don't know.
We really need to work on this. We'll get over this newbie stuff. We'll be more prepared in the near future.
No, we won't.
You never know.
Yeah.
Come on. All right. So we had a question we didn't get to last week, and this is an awesome, awesome question. I say that a lot. All the questions are good questions. It is. All right. So the question was, can you set a time frame for the plane to start at a house party, or should you let it be all natural? And the answer was one that sent us that question. Do you want to start, or do you want me to start? I got all kinds of opinions on this one.
Oh, go for it. I'll interject when need be.
When need be. Okay, look, here's the thing. If you're new to the house party scene, there's different types of house parties. People have different concepts and ideas of what a house party should be. Okay, so there's groups that we call them the Naked by 9 group. All right, that's a group of folks that the thing is that what they do is the expectation is the party starts at 5, 6, 7, whatever time they want to start. By 9 o'clock, everybody's naked and you're fucking, you're going at it. It starts, right? And these folks generally, those house parties are usually over somewhere in the neighborhood of like 11 or 12. Okay, and a lot of times they'll have very, very strict rules about the fact that at 9 o'clock you're naked. Playing is starting, so it's not acceptable not to be naked by 9. Here's the thing: if you are the host of a party, Okay, you have a responsibility to make sure that you tell your guests ahead of time, not when they get there, ahead of time, that this is a naked by 9 party, or this is a naked by 10, or whatever the case may be. You should always set a time of you can get there no later than X, and playing starts, you have to be naked by X amount of time. The reason you have to tell people this ahead of time, look, maybe you're a couple like Miss Amanda. Now we can do naked by 9 parties. It doesn't bother us. Or we can do other parties. But there are some couples that is too scripted. That's like forcing the issue. That's like pushing the issue. Going to the fact that you have to take and you have to start playing. Some people aren't comfortable doing that. You have a responsibility as the host of a party to let people know ahead of time so they can make the decision of whether or not they want to go to your party, right? That makes sense. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're a couple that you have a naked by 9 philosophy because you're not hardcore partiers, Miss Amanda and I tend to be hardcore partiers. We're the type, we go out, we close the bar down, and then we're ready to go have fun afterwards. And we go till 4, 5, 6 in the morning, whatever the case may be. Okay, so we're not that type. But if that's your general MO, is that you're a naked by 9 couple, and you're getting invited to a house party that's not yours. When in Rome, do as the fucking Romans. Okay, so if you're being invited to one of our house parties, we're not going to have a rule like that. So you cannot get butthurt because, well, this is the time we like to do it this way. Guess what? Not your party. Not your call. At that point in time, the reality of it is the host, whoever is hosting the party, it's their house, it's their rules. That's the way it works. If you can't play by their rules and you're going to get all butthurt about it, well, then that's not the party for you. You probably should not go to that party. Pretty common sense, right? What type of party do you prefer? Let's throw that in first.
Non-scripted.
Non-scripted. We both like non-scripted. Here's the thing. The reason why it's so hard and challenging, especially if you have newbies or a different group of people in coming to a house party, the reason it's so difficult to do a naked by 9 or a scripted time is things have to be natural. You have people, unless you have a party that all the couples know each other, they've played together before, there's a complete super level of comfort. We went to parties like that, mm-hmm. where it's, 4, 5, 6 couples, we've all played together before, we've had multiple parties. There's no icebreaker needed. We all know each other, it's not a big deal. But if you have a new person into the mix, if you set a rule saying, hey, you got to start getting busy now, this is when it is, or get out, they might not be comfortable yet. It may take them a little while longer. They may need to warm up to it a little bit. They might want to watch. Mm-hmm. Because let's face it, when you watch other people fuck, and you watch and you're in that general mode and you start to see other people starting to interact and Miss Amanda's over there doing a shot and sucking a dick and whatever the case may be, or whatever you're starting to see, you're going to get more warmed up, you're going to get more comfortable. So, but if it's forced, I promise you, if it's forced, then you're going to have the awkwardness of a couple blowing out once the party started, like way early. Mm-hmm. And that is awkward. There is nothing worse than when stuff's really getting going and all of a sudden this couple quits doing the icebreaker game or whatever, and they're kind of standing there, they're kind of whispering in the corner, and all of a sudden they just leave. That makes it makes it awkward all the way across the board. Mm-hmm. What in the house parties we've been to, okay, and if we both like the non-scripted, just kind of go. Would you ever have a problem? Would there be any reason you'd have a problem with a naked by 9 quote unquote party?
I wouldn't have an issue with it. You're
usually the one starting the party. Well, enough talking. Let's go.
Every time, no. But you have to feel comfortable with everybody you're around, and if you don't know them,
right,
then that's a completely different story.
Do you think if you didn't know everybody though, and you were just excited that it would help you cause to just like, fuck it, we're getting in the moment, let's just roll with this? Could it help alleviate some nerves. Because it's like, why we're going, let's do it. And you just jump in. You don't have time to think about it.
Sometimes. You also have to think that sometimes it's erotic to sit there and watch other people first. And then it gets you turned on enough to where you join in. Right.
You want to jump in. Now, could you, because a lot of swing clubs, a lot of clubs have a naked rule. That's a big thing. You don't have to participate, but if you're going to go through the doors, when you go in and then the next level in, you have to be naked. You have to just either a robe or a towel, because they don't. The thought process with it is they don't want other people that are already in there playing to feel uncomfortable, because there's some people dressed or some people not dressed.
If you're already having sex, you shouldn't feel uncomfortable if there's dressed people watching you.
Right. So, and I agree with that.
Honestly,
I mean, why? Why at that point in time should? Yeah. I mean, that's.
But if you go to some clubs and they allow you to wear a robe or a towel, that's the same thing as being dressed, in my opinion.
So, okay, so
because you're not exposed.
So when we were new, when we went to Vegas and we were not in the lifestyle yet, and I was begging and pleading, trying to get us to go to the Red Rooster and the Green Door. The Green Door has that policy. We weren't in the lifestyle yet. Would you have been okay stripping naked just to walk through and to see and just to see it? Or would that, because this would be, remind you, again, this is before we've done anything.
No.
You wouldn't have?
I wouldn't have felt comfortable stripping naked, no.
Even like a robe or a towel?
A robe or a towel, yes. But not completely just wandering around in the buff.
So then the real question is, if I would have gotten you there, hypothetically speaking, okay, if I would have got you there, once you'd have been walking around in a robe, would it have been hot enough or potentially hot enough to get you to maybe try something? I'm just trying to see whether or not I've missed out on 5 or 7 years of extra swinging time.
My issue would have been feeling self-confident in your own skin. Because at that point in time, I did not. So if I were to see a bunch of other people naked going at it, and there were all different types of body types,
right,
I probably would have felt okay to walk around naked.
So
now, participate.
So what you're saying, I might have had a chance.
Yeah, you had to have got me to the door.
Okay, I can see you probably would have done something with me. But the bigger question, if somebody would have come up and went, "Hey, baby," and would you maybe have went ahead and just like reached over and stroked the random wiener?
I don't know, because I have.
Yeah, how many shots would we need?
Probably. Because I wouldn't have had the ability to say no, or know that I could say no.
Damn it. Well, there's 5 years I missed out on. No, and I say that, and you know what? And we all know that it would have been like sensory overload for me.
Yeah. I
would have been the one that'd been like, my dick's hard. Now it's turtling. I can't find it again. It totally would have been that way. It totally would have been that way. That's all right. So no. So there you go. So remember, when you're doing, just to bring us back, when you're doing a house party, when in Rome, do as the Romans. Okay. Don't get butthurt if stuff doesn't start right on a set schedule. Or you know what you can do, and you've done this. Be the leader. Well, I don't mean that in a bad way, but I mean, sometimes it takes somebody to make a move. Somebody has to be somewhat, yeah, you have to instigate it. Somebody has to go, okay, so can I suck your dick? Or hey, let me touch your boobs. Or hey, something to kind of get the party started. Because let's face it, there are house parties that can get pretty wrapped up in the whole night. They're sitting there doing nothing but playing games. It's like they play like dirty games, and then they never get to the actual part where the dirty part. I mean, dirty games are only dirty if they end in sex.
Right.
Right. I mean, because we've been to one of those. Mm-hmm. We have experienced that, and that's. I mean, I think that leads to another perfect point. Is that there was another part. That was another example where you took the lead.
I did it more than once.
Yeah. So
I remember the one time of, when's this party getting started? And then my clothes off. Yeah.
Yes, you had that one. But do you remember the birthday party? Remember the birthday party? The birthday party was the design. It was a play party. That was what the plan was.
Oh yeah, I didn't see it that one.
Yeah, and so, but it just took, all it took was somebody then to go ahead and go, okay, well, you guys are playing Cards Against Humanity. You know, I'm going to start making out with the birthday girl, and then get started. So somebody has to be the lead. Now, obviously, you can't just walk in and be like, hey, hi, everybody, blah, 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 and just start, going at people. That tends to be a little bit, that can start it the other way. That can be a little bit on the awkward side as well. So there you go. So when in Rome, do as the Romans. And remember, if you have special rules for your house party, let your guests know ahead of time. Okay. So if you have certain parties where they're going to take and they need to do things like, be naked by 9, let people know. Communicate, and give people the choice ahead of time. That's a good one. I like that one. All right.
Also in that same theme, you can't have all, don't expect the host to be able to play.
Well, yeah, and that's just it. As the host, you remember with the host that the host and hostess, they've got a lot of things going on. So they're trying to make sure that everybody's having fun. They're trying to make sure everybody is in where they're supposed to be and doing what they're supposed to be doing at the right time. And so sometimes the host can't be the ones to initially start the party. So, here's the thing. If you're an experienced couple, if you're a host, maybe talk to another couple about possibly kind of being like not a co-host necessarily, but a helper. That's what it is. Be a helper. You're the sex helper. You're the sex elf. Every party needs a sex elf. Yeah, but I mean, have somebody that's kind of helping get that going a little bit. So that becomes a huge part of it. To make sure that, again, don't just look to the host. The host or hostess has to make sure everybody is comfortable all the way across the board with what's going on and making sure that the party's kind of rolling along all right.
So how do you feel about some parties that you hear about that the host requires you to play with them?
Okay. Straight up, it is absolutely not an acceptable option at any point in time for anybody to require that anybody else plays with anybody. I don't care if you're the host of the fucking party or not. Okay? You do not have the right to dictate and say that someone has to do something. Remember, the biggest key in the lifestyle all the way across the board is no means no, right? We all understand that. We all know that fucking rule. So to say, well, here's the deal. If you're going to come to my house party, you have to fuck the host. Well, if you want that kind of rule put in place, you better let people know ahead of time. Because I promise you, if you do that and you say that and that's one of your rules to us, we're not going to go to your party. No. Absolutely not. Even if we really want to hook up with the host couple, we wouldn't, because that's just not an okay process to do.
At least I'm not okay with it.
No, exactly not. And if you do it when people are at the party, or you try to force people to do it because, well, hey, I'm the host, so you kind of owe me. No, that's not okay. That's absolutely wrong. And if you're at a party and that happens, what you really need to do is you need to leave. You need to get up and you need to leave. And yes, that's one of those things that is absolutely okay, in my opinion, to let other people know. If one of your other friends go, hey, I'm going to go to this person's throwing a party, to go, hey, you might want to know. Because that crap, there's no place for that kind of crap in the lifestyle at all. Most of the time, people are very, very cool about that and understand. There are times, you can crack a joke, whatever. But there's a difference between joking and, yeah, no, absolutely not. That doesn't. Hosting a party is not a set way that you can't charge sex for admission. That's like prostitution. You can't do that. Just say no, Bobcat. So we're getting some pretty good comments as we're going to talk about this. A lot of people talking about not being comfortable, not confident enough to walk around in the nude. It takes a while to get comfortable walking around naked. It totally does. And that goes, I don't care if you're a guy or a girl. Okay, so all the issues, all the self-esteem and body issues that every woman has. Hey, wake up call, everybody out there. Guess what? Every guy has them too. We own mirrors. we can see that, maybe we have a little bit of a pooch, a little bit of an overhang, spare tire, a couple spare tires, whatever the case may be. We have the same things. We also have the fear factor that our dick isn't going to be good enough. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we have been to parties where people spend as much time talking about how small their dick is to almost get a sympathy fuck. Mm-hmm. And it's but what that is confidence. It's self-esteem. It's confidence. So understand it takes a while. That's okay. If you're hosting a party, keep that in mind for people. Sometimes it's kind of nice to have where you're going to play lights dimmed a little bit so it's not so bright so people don't feel like, they're getting just stared at. Mm-hmm. That kind of stuff is really big. So it takes time. And for people that are new in the lifestyle, don't panic. It will come naturally. Though you will reach a point where you'll be parading around naked and you just won't care. Mm-hmm. It won't even faze you. It's kind of enough and you definitely won't. yeah, exactly. Little liquid courage goes a long way. Now there'll be a time, believe it or not, for everybody who's new. I can remember when you first got in the lifestyle, you're at a party and somebody's getting a blowjob and you're just like, oh my God, I think I almost bruised your ribs. I was like, man, look at that. And you're like, and it's like, oh my God, those people are fucking, oh my God. And now you're just like, you don't even notice it anymore. It just becomes like, yeah, okay, well, of course.
Or you notice it, go rock on.
Yeah, go, they're really good. You're going to like this. Yeah, I mean, so you just kind of go, okay, whatever.
Very true.
We're going to end up having a whole show at some point in time just about parties. There's so much stuff to cover over when it comes to house parties and stuff. It's not even funny. Mm-hmm. There's tons of those. So, but feel free to keep shooting at your questions. Again, real quick, I want to take this time to make sure, again, let people know if you have questions for us, you can absolutely take and email us at crazy, KRAZY, .kasbh, KASBH, @gmail.com at any point in time, and we will try to answer all your questions on our show. If we don't get it this one, we will get it the next time as well. So, absolutely. All right. So, I got so many good questions, and it's like, okay. One question. Now, this question is more area specific. Dan asked us, question to Omaha: is the American Dream single male friendly? Yes, it is. The American Dream is actually a vanilla bar that it's a strip club / vanilla / swinger friendly club. So it is absolutely swinger friendly. I understand why you asked that question, because as we went through this, there are more and more actual swinger clubs that are they have very strict rules and policies about single males. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of them that don't even allow single males on certain days of the week or at all. There's a couple clubs that don't allow single males at all. Usually, if you're a single male, plan that whether it be a party, a hotel takeover, house parties, whatever, they're going to monitor the number of single males because they don't want to turn into a sausage fest. They're going to limit the number of single males. There's usually going to be a higher cost to be a single male to get into a party.
Wasn't it Vegas and Denver that both had the policy of if you're a single male, you have to bring a female with you?
Yes. And there's a lot of clubs like that. You have to, or to get to certain parts of within the club, you have to be a couple. There's a couple swinger clubs that we found that you have to get to the couples play area, you have to have come in with a female. There's other clubs that single males can go to like station A, but to get to station B or C, it's couples only or couples and single female only. So a lot of people sit there and go, well, that's discrimination. No, it's fucking not. Okay, it's not.
Yeah, to me it is.
You think so? Okay, wait a minute. So what you're saying is then you'd be all right going to a party like our crazy winter night party. When we throw our crazy winter night party, you would be okay with a ratio of 3-to-1, 3 single males to every one couple. Pause.
Well, it doesn't mean they're going to play.
Well, no, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Why should you limit it? Why? Well, okay, you should somewhat limit, but why is it not discrimination that any single female can go, but not every single male can go?
Okay, well, That's a good question. The reason for that is as a general rule, you don't get as many single females dubbed as creepers as you do single males. I didn't say they weren't creepers. I said you didn't get them dubbed. I'm getting this huge look. They're not dubbed as creepers. Let's face it. What is the great search for? What's the great search out there?
Know, the elusive unicorn.
The elusive unicorn. Okay, there's not a huge demand or hard to find. It's not hard to find another guy if you and I want to have a threesome with another guy. That would take probably what, 3 minutes, 4 minutes to get that set up, if even, and then we'd have 50 to choose from. Yeah. So okay, so it's a little bit different ball game with that. Okay, so the thing is if you get too many single males, then it becomes you've got a bunch of single males on the prowl. Why are you at an event, at a hotel party or a swinger club? You're there to get fucked. You're there to get laid. Do you want, anytime you go to the bathroom, 6 guys like chasing after you, chasing you down, hey baby, are you gonna want that? No, it's gonna drive you nuts. Man is going, well, maybe I would. I don't know. Depends, are they hot?
Well, no, I'm not saying that. So wait, so then it's guys are okay with a number of women chasing after them, going, ooh, I want that.
Okay, the guys are, but let's face it, how often does that fucking happen? Don't look at me like that. How often, seriously, how often are guys just getting pawed? Okay, there's some guys that have the look that maybe they're getting pawed. I have not experienced that getting pawed. and I know, and now I'm gonna have single males just fucking lighting my shit up, going, that's the way I am. I get it. Not every single male is like that. Here's the deal. One bad apple takes and can ruin the whole barrel. So the thing is that as a single male, you have to be respectful. Reputation is everything. Okay, you want to be able to get into a party, or you want to be able to find somebody to go to a swing club like that. Reputation. That is everything. If you are known as someone that's respectful, polite, the whole 9 yards, and you know what?
And not aggressive.
Both
men and women.
Both men and women. If you want to be a single and you want to you have a good reputation, then it's all good. It's absolutely, that point in time, it's completely all good. So I mean, that's a thing to keep in mind. Now, on the other side of that, Nancy actually just asked us a question, and this is a great question. Now, Nancy's part of a small group, and she said, "What about if you are trying to get single males? If you are trying to get single males to a party, how do you go about getting single males to a party?" Well, here's the thing, and that's a great question because, number one, let people know that that you're looking for single males. That's going to be a big part of it. If you let folks know out there, hey, we're single male friendly. We do have a ratio, okay, but we want people to know. And then you go ahead and have people that will vouch for those single males. The word will get out, and what it is you'll get the high quality single males that you're looking for. So that you always want to make sure that, obviously every swinger club is a little bit different than parties. Parties, you get to kind of set your own rules and your own way of doing things. But the clubs, they're looking at overall statistical odds. So, I mean, that's the rules and why they do the things that they do. But if you are wanting single males to the party, put it out there. Trust me. The word gets out that you want single males at your party and your gathering, you will have no shortage show up. So you want to make sure that, let folks know. And then again, if you're a single male, if you're single anything, shit, if you're in the lifestyle, you know what? Reputation. If you have a good reputation as a couple, as a single female or as a single male, you'll get invited to stuff. It's fucking weird how that works. It's amazing how that works. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You got a shitty grin on your face over there. I love it. That actually, you know what? That actually brings me to a question that we got to ask. Yeah, I know. I'm getting back up to my microphone. I'm looking down and reading so I read the question right. And the question was from Michelle. And she put, when you're new, what is the most important thing to do in the lifestyle? You want to go with this first? Or you want me to go with it? I'm on a rant. I'm just going like gangbusters tonight.
There you go.
Okay. There is a lot of important things to do when you're new. There's a lot of things that you want to get established. You want to get established what type of person you are. You want to establish what type of crowd you're hanging out with, all the rest. Here's the deal. The reality of it is the most important thing that you are going to establish when you are in the lifestyle, especially when you're new, is your fucking reputation. Okay? This is something that none of the other swinger podcasts, they talk about know your rules. They talk about all this other crap. The reality of it is this: reputation, reputation, reputation. So what do I mean by reputation? Here's the deal. If you go to your first event, your first party, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a camp out. I don't care if it's a hotel party. I don't care if it's a meet and greet. I don't care if it's going to fucking dinner. The reality of it is this: if you're an aggressive piece of shit, okay, you know what? And if you're part of a couple and your husband or your wife is an aggressive piece of shit, you're fucked in lifestyle. It's that simple. The word will get around that you're a grabby, handsy, aggressive person. Here's what happens when that gets out and around. Because as much as we all talk about in the lifestyle that you shouldn't take, and you're not, this isn't like a contest, you shouldn't be name dropping and all the rest. But if you get the reputation as the dude that walks up and randomly slaps chicks' asses because they're there, everybody's going to know your name. And then all of a sudden, magically, what starts to happen is when the private party invites come out, you're not fucking welcome. Reputation. If you are a single male and you're aggressive and you do not show proper respect to couples, which what do I mean by proper respect to couples? Here's the deal. If you want to fuck my wife, you need to have the common courtesy and the decency to be able to come up and talk to me. You need to be able to say hi. You need to be able to introduce yourself. You need to ask me. Now, what am I going to say? When you come up and ask me, hey, can I have sex with Miss Amanda? She's really cool, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to always say the same thing. That's up to her. But if you try to sneak Miss Amanda away, or you try to get up to Miss Amanda when I'm in the bathroom, or I'm getting drinks, or I'm talking to somebody else, and I'm busy, you want to know what the odds are of you getting to get your penis anywhere close to Miss Amanda? 0. Absolutely 0. Okay? So, you show proper respect. Now, this goes the other way as well. If you're a single female in this lifestyle, nobody ever likes to talk about this. See, this is the way we do things totally different. If you're a single female, the same rules apply. Okay? It's very simple. If you want an opportunity to have sex with me, number one, please email us and let me know right away. Just saying. If you want the opportunity to do that, you need to show my partner, my wife, respect. You need to go up. You need to talk to her. You need to make sure it's okay with her. You need to do that. Otherwise, you will get a reputation. Because you'll get a reputation as a batshit crazy single female. Because that's what everybody says about single females. They're batshit crazy. Every single male is super aggressive.
No, I've met some of them.
Well, the thing is, that's just it. They're really not. That's just it. They're really not. But if you don't take the necessary steps and you get the reputation, once you get that reputation, it is almost impossible to get rid of it. That will stay with you for years and years and years and years, as long as you're in the lifestyle. Okay, so if you get the reputation as a dick tease, there's another one. That's a winner chicken, or a clit tease. You get the reputation as you're going to go and you're going to flirt with, and I don't give a shit if you're a guy, a girl, or a couple. Doesn't matter. You're going to flirt, and then you're never going to do anything else. You're going to get the reputation as a dick tease or a clit tease. And then guess what happens? All of a sudden, people really don't talk to you that much when you're at a party or an event. Why? Well, why waste their time? They know where it's going to go. It's either going to go to blue balls or blue clit. I don't know.
If that's a thing.
I don't know.
Sure.
But we'll call it now. It is now. A blue clip.
There you go.
But I mean, that's what's going to happen. And so you're going to take, and you're not going to have people want to take and talk to you because they know where it's going to go. They know every time. Reputation, reputation, reputation. If you are known as like Pigpen, okay, if you have poor hygiene, guess what? That will get around all over the place. You can jump in whatever, there, because I'm just rambling. But if you're known as Pigpen and you have poor personal hygiene, you know what? I promise you that is not what you want your name associated with when people are talking about you in a lifestyle down the road. But it will follow you. Now, some of this stuff seems like super common sense, okay? And I understand that a lot of stuff, we get it. That when you're new in the lifestyle, you're at this party and you don't know what the hell's going on, you don't really know what to do, you're new, and so you see 3 different couples come up to talk to Miss Amanda and I, and you see your guy, you're standing there, and you see all 3 of the guys walk up and slap her on the ass. So you're sitting there going, well, you're trying to assimilate. And so you go, that must be what we do. And then you walk up and you slap her ass, and we're looking at you like, what the hell? Okay. Here's the thing. Don't assume. Don't assume. You know what? The easiest way to make sure you will never, ever, ever, ever make a mistake at a party and create drama is to do, before you have your dirty little paws leave your side, you say hello. The only thing you should touch on anybody else that you don't know at any swinger event to begin with is their hand when you shake their hand to introduce yourself. Do not make the assumption that it's okay to touch, it's okay to slap, it's okay to whatever. And don't make the assumption, because this goes along with that reputation, just saying, don't make the assumption that if Miss Amanda and says hi, and has a nice smile and her eyes are all lit up and she's all looking pretty and she's nice to you and talks to you for 5 minutes, that then in turn that you're actually going to get to fuck her. It does not work that way with anyone, okay? Let me help every guy and every girl out there. I promise you, none of us are God's gift to the other sex, okay? We're just not, okay? You will never go to an event where someone their life is over and incomplete unless they have the chance to fuck you. So if you always keep that in mind, politeness, common courtesy, look with your eyes, not your fucking hands, communication, and hygiene, when you're new, you will never go wrong. You agree with that? Say something. Jump in there. At this point in time, listeners going, holy shit, that guy's lost his fucking mind. Sweet. Would you add anything? I mean, am I wrong? Take it from
No, you're not wrong.
Take it from a woman's perspective.
Address the question?
Yeah, reputation. The correct answer to the question is reputation, reputation, reputation. I mean, really, the thing is that parts of the reputation, and there's a lot of things when you're new in the lifestyle that are really important, okay? There's just a ton of things. And understand, we all have been there at some point in time, and we get it, that there's going to be times that mistakes are going to be made, okay? You're going to accidentally do something. You're going to, you bump somebody you're not supposed to bump, whatever the case may be, I don't care. Okay, we understand that kind of stuff can happen. All right, and don't worry, if something happens one time, you're not going to be blackballed. The world doesn't end. You don't have to give up swing. You don't have to move states, countries, whatever, change your fucking name. It's not that like that. But it's a consistent behavior. What we have found through the years is that when someone, and again, I apologize, males, okay? You're a male, you have a dick, suck it up, deal with it. You got broad shoulders, but it happens more with guys. What we find is if a guy is aggressive once with a female, he's aggressive all fucking night with every female he sees, and he's aggressive every time. If a single female, sorry, hate to lump you all in one category, but you're all grown women, you've got vaginas, they can take a pounding, suck it up, okay? If they act batshit fucking crazy once, they act batshit crazy twice, they act batshit crazy all night, and every time they go out. It's consistent. We see a theme. Now, Couples can be just as bad. I mean, there are couples that can't figure these rules out themselves. Experienced couples. And here's the deal. If you're a fucking experienced couple and you're enough of a tool that you still can't figure out how to, you still act like a newbie and can't figure out how to look with your fucking eyes and not your hands and can't figure out how to do the basic things, I have a huge piece of advice for you. Are you ready for this? Are you ready, Miss Amanda?
Uh-huh.
The piece of advice for this is get the fuck out of the lifestyle. Okay? Because the reality of it is people are counting on those of us with experience to lead by example. They're counting on us to show a better way. And if we don't, you know what? Why are we surprised newbies act stupid? I mean, it's just that simple. Okay?
Now, majority of women that I've talked to, what they are attracted to is personality.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Thank God.
Have a conversation. Now, are some women okay with you going up and just smacking their ass just because? Yeah, there are. Not a ton, but you're not going to know that.
That's right. You're not going to know. They'll tell you, won't they?
Oh, yeah.
They'll let you know if what they want you to do is to pop them on the ass. They will let you know. Okay? All the way across the board. Now, okay, and I'm going to hit one other. I'm going to go back one other. And it's kind of jumping around. I don't really give a fuck. It's my fucking show. I can do what I want. Anyways, the thing is this. The rule that no one should have to talk about, and I hit on it briefly, is the whole hygiene thing. Okay? And don't confuse, for anybody out there, don't confuse that hygiene is the only way to tell safe sex. No, or disease-free. No, we're not doing that. Hygiene is a huge fucking key. Okay? You're going to be in an event. You're going to be hot. You're going to be sweaty, whatever the case may be. We get that. Okay? We've all been there. At the bar, dance at the meet and greet, whatever. That's fine. But you know what? Basic common sense. I'm a dirty smoker. Okay? So you know what? I carry gum with me. I carry breath mints. Because otherwise it's like kissing an ashtray. Okay? I get that. Take a fucking shower. Wear clean clothes. Okay? You would be surprised. People sit there and go, well, duh, everybody knows that. No. Not even fucking close. You will be amazed and appalled at the fact of how many people will not have the common decency or the common sense enough to go, if you've been out working outside all day, today in the lovely Midwest where we're from, it was like 180 degrees. Okay, so if you've been outside working all day, guess what? You have swamp ass. That's gross. Before you go and try to hook up with somebody or meet people, not even hook up, just meet people, take a damn shower. It's the weirdest thing. That's the biggest thing for newbies. I don't know why.
How many people have you come across that are dirty?
A few.
I'm not observant, so I guess I missed somewhere. I don't recall.
I can't name places. I can't name places, but yes, I have seen it. Yes, I have seen it. But remember, I perform enough weddings that even that alone, you can't even get bridesmaids and groomsmen to take a shower before they stand up for a wedding. You think they're going to do it different for swingers? I mean, that is every. If you go on the internet and search swingers clubs and just start clicking on them in Google, click, and you start going through and you look at the rules, every single one of them, hygiene. Everyone. There are actually swinger clubs out there that require, just like a public pool, okay, where you're supposed to take a shower before you get in the pool, dirt balls, okay? Yeah, there's actually swinger clubs that have, part of their rules are, you come in, you strip down, you take a shower, you get put in a clean robe to walk through the door. There's a reason for that.
Getting ready.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
For me, I'd look like shit.
Well,
like a drowned rat.
Well, probably, we have that problem, would we? People take so they have lockers. They have lockers and they have stuff so people can then redo themselves. But what they're doing is they're trying to keep.
Even get there 3 hours before you plan on doing anything.
Great news! We'll be here at 2 p.m. What time does the bar open? Yeah, but I mean, those are just little things. The key is you can't assume anything. You cannot assume that people actually know these rules, especially newbies. I think that it happens with newbies, and I think that it happens people that have been in the lifestyle a long time, that they're going to be around friends. It's easy to start getting overly comfortable, And it's like, don't forget that. It's basic common sense. It's like Swinger 101. I mean, don't be a douche, don't be a twat waffle, and don't be dirty. I mean, if you can't handle that, then that's a problem from there.
Also for newbies is don't expect anything.
Bingo. We need bells and sound effects. Bingo. That's exactly right. Not even just newbies. Not even just newbies.
Everybody.
If you
never know.
If you want to have fun, okay, and this whole thing is supposed to be about having fun. If you truly want to have a blast at every swinger event that you will ever go to, go with one expectation. One expectation and only one expectation. You're going to have fun. That's it. If you do that, you will never leave disappointed. But if you go, okay, when I was in college, right, so long ago, so we had friends that would go out, and everybody was going out, and some days their goal, they were going out on a mission to go get laid. The problem was that so rarely happened, and they'd come home all bummed out. But if you just went out to have a good time and had fun, then you know what? What was really awesome was you would take and you'd have fun no matter what, and then there was a pretty good chance you got laid. It was the weirdest thing in the world how it worked. And if people go to these events and activities with the same level of expectation of, hey, you know what, we're going just to have it's holiday season. If you're going with the same expectation just to have a good time, you'll leave wanting to go back again. It's all about having a good time. It's all about having fun. Okay, hey, I want to take a real quick second again just to remind you, if you have questions for our shows, make sure that you take and email us at crazy.kasbh@gmail.com. That's KARAZY.KASBH@gmail.com. Obviously, the music lets us all know, kids, we're out of time for tonight. Hey, don't forget, support us on our Facebook page, The Crazy Truth Facebook page. Also, don't forget to support us on our Patreon. That is, you just go to www.patreon.com/capital KRAZY. That's capital crazy, capital K Kasbh. So that's Patreon, crazykasbh.com. Again, send us your questions, guys. We love you. Doing it the only way I know how. Doing it the only way I want to. Till next time, Kasbh style, out.
Bye.
Hey, kids, thanks again for watching our show tonight. Make sure you check us out. Check out all the shows. As the fourth show will launch on Thursday night. The first three are out. We love that you guys watch and listen. Let your friends know about us. Join the Crazy Truth Facebook page. Just type in Crazy Truth, and we'll add you to that page. The Patreon, help support us. We'd appreciate that all the way through. Guys, we love you all. We'll see you guys on Tuesday. Again, Kasbh style, out. And we're trying to end lives. Everybody wave. Oh, I need to end. I'm still alive on the air.